I got songs about fish. I got a few songs. I think I used to sing a song about soup. One thing unites them all. Like in Lord of the Rings. There was one ring. There was one. That's right. And in the world of food, there is one to unite them all. There is one. There is garlic. And in my life, garlic is the sun. I was trying to make sense of the world in my 20s, as we all are. I went to the supermarket because I was hungry. I took everything home. I put it in a pot. I put it in a pan. I chopped it up. I did everything I could. It didn't taste like anything. I called my grandmother. She said, Victor, you gotta start with a little olive oil. You put it in the pan, heat it up, not too hot. Chop up some garlic, throw it in there. Let it sizzle. Wait till it gets golden brown, then take it out. You'll have the oil. Put anything you want. Put anything you want in it. Yes. Yes. Suddenly the world started to make sense. Next time I went to this supermarket, oh my God. I was surrounded. It was a revelation. Everything would taste good with garlic. Where do I begin? That's when it started to get really confusing. I thought about it. My mind went to science. It went to astrology. It went to astronomy. I thought to myself, there is order in the solar system. There's one thing in the middle of all of it. Yes, there is garlic in the middle of all of it. Suddenly I looked at the foods that were before me. Ah, so delectable. If garlic was the sun, well then, a tomato was probably Mars, wasn't it? Mercury could be a bok choy. I brought them home. I put them together in the pan. It all made sense. Suddenly it went from being groceries to being food. It was delicious. I called my grandma and I said, you have to tell me more. I need to know about all this stuff. She said, oh, Victor, I can tell you things. Well, I can tell you what I learned. That day, I learned that garlic is the sun. Yeah, the sun gives its heat to everyone. Don't overuse it. It'll burn you. Keep it cool, man. Don't burn it. Don't burn it. It's funky. It's weird. It's strange. I walked up onto the rooftop at night and I looked up at the night sky and everything started to make sense. I saw that Jupiter burning bright in the sky. And I knew what I knew about Jupiter. And it's this big orange thing floating out in space, supposedly. I thought to myself, it's a giant onion out there. It's got a lot of moons. I understood that the moons suddenly were shallots and green onions and sweet onions, little Spanish onions, little white onions. All the moons of Jupiter. All there. You could almost survive on their flavor alone. They ain't garlic. No, they're orbiting around the garlic. There is only one. There is only garlic, and garlic is the sun. Normally I keep it on some sort of Mediterranean or Italian food idea, because that's what I grew up with. Those are the vegetables I could afford in the supermarket. But I thought about it too. Indian food depends on garlic. It does. I've made a curry or two. Even there, even with all the spices, even with all the spices, the comets, the asteroid land of spices out there. The stars, the glimmering yellow cumin stars. The red chili, red dwarfs. The black holes and black pepper. Even they are not nothing for garlic. In my solar system, there is only one. There is the gravity that we all spin around. We are spun on garlic because garlic is the sun. Delicious. I put it in soup. I made garlic soup. I thought it would be too much, but no, it's not too much. Garlic diluted. Garlic good for heartburn. Garlic good for burping too much. Garlic good to cure a sore throat. You chop it up, you gotta let the oxygen touch it. Let the oxygen touch the garlic. That's when it gets even more magic. Just like Earth. Let the sun touch the oxygen. Let the magic start to happen. Let things split, turn into water, steam. Life suddenly exists. Earth doesn't look like a weird rock out in space anymore. It looks like a beautiful cabbage. And I think to myself, my God, what a cabbage. What potential we have as a cabbage. You guys have cooked with cabbage, haven't you? That's right. Cabbage, you put it with meat, it tastes like meat. It's soft. You can chop it up, you can leave it raw, it turns into coleslaw. You steam it a little bit, you can wrap meat around it. All of a sudden we're in Poland eating the monkeys. It's fantastic, but what is it without garlic, you know? It's a beautiful planet, but without garlic, without that sun, it's just cabbage, you know? We need garlic. You know, just a little depth, a little love. Way out in the universe. You got things like Neptune, you got things like Pluto. Neptune is that can of anchovies that's been in your cupboard for many moons. Speaking of the moon, I all of a sudden understood the moon. They had always said the moon was cheese. And I understood the moon is cheese now. Sometimes you get a little bit of it, just a sliver. Sometimes you get a lot of it, the whole thing. Sometimes you just need a little grated moon dust on you. That's right, even cheese loves garlic. It's amazing. Pluto's out there. Pluto, garlic pickles. Garlic pickles of Pluto. Probiotics, Pluto. Is it a planet? Is it a food? Is it a condiment? Even Pluto loves garlic. Folks, I hope I made an impression on you. I hope you understand now when you go home and you cook, you need to know one thing to begin with and only one. Right? You need to know about garlic, too. And now you know. Say it with me. Garlic is the sun!